Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
It has to be the same IP, isn't it? Because if it is not shut down, it has to be same IP. It will be the same IP. It will be the same host name. Only difference is here, it is giving you the different name. This name doesn't really matter. You can give anything here. But the host name inside the virtual machine matters. Are you clear about the replication? It makes more sense today, to be honest. Let's check for Hyper-V. I think we can also do it for Hyper-V. Let me try to create it. I think CDP is not supported. While this is running home replication job, Microsoft Hyper-V. You said we can't do that, isn't it? For CDP, I'll let you know. We should be able to create an Hyper-V. It is down. My host is down. Hyper-V is O1, whatever exactly it is. This one. Oh, maybe it is down here. That is exactly because we used to do only for VMware virtual machine. I'm just saying why. How come we are able to do for Hyper-V? Is it? This is turned on, isn't it? It is turned on, but because it says it's not compatible. That is fine. We'll leave it as it is. It is on because of compatibility issues. I'm using 2.2 and you are using 12. Which one that's update to? That was about replication. If you're clear about the replication task, then I think we'll do it. We'll proceed further, and the logs will check where exactly it is creating the logs. That is also important. In your environment, do you have replication configured in your customer environment? I think I know that definitely few systems. I know. I'm only picking up what I want to do. I'm not ready to go. Good. I understand. This is the log location C program data VM backup, and it will create the folder like this with the job name replication job on replication job. I think job 1, we already cancelled it. We'll open job 2. Inside job 2 you have, this is 01. And we have no, the Hyper-V-tiny did not start because it says it is waiting. only we are able to run 2 concurrent. See Hyper-V tiny, it says resource not ready, which one backup proxy. We have to increase the number of concurrent tasks a proxy job can take. Let me do one thing for now. That's in the proxy settings is correct. First, I will check in the replication job to edit. So, repository. This. That's fine. The job will automatically select the most suitable from all. Let's do one thing. Let's select. We'll select all. For now, here it is not giving an option of concurrent. How many replication tasks, I can run at the same time. It is not when you select them all. It just pick one. When I select all, it will pick if there are 3 replication. It will do the load balancing depending upon the resources. I think it will not pick up immediately. Let's see, because the job is already in progress. Maybe in the next job it may pick up. I was looking for the concurrent tasks. This is my backup proxy. You see here it is set to 2. I will select 3. Let's see. I think it will only happen on the next. When it runs again. When it runs, again it happens. That was our job. This is about replication. Are you clear about replication or do you have any doubts on replication part? At the moment, no. But it will be when I do burn more labs. There are a lot of things because once the backup replication completes, we have to check how many snapshots it's creating and all. It will create a snapshot like this. I've noticed that in our environment. Do you see like this? I checked all these today. It will get. The moment it creates, we can just click on it and we can power on the VM. We have all the options there. You know when that replication is 7 restored points. Can you just go back? That means like we can recover from any of those 7. Where do you see 7? 7 in the job we are running. But here, Once that replication finishes, we can get 7 restored points. Then it will delete based on the correct. It will delete the oldest restored point. Because, see, there is no point in having. Because as per VMware, it can only store about 40. I think how many? VMware will store 28 snapshots. Hyper maximum you can store 47 snapshots. By default, what I've seen is most of the customers, they would only have 7 restore checkpoints. Just in case, if anything goes wrong, they can recover. They can go past 7 days. Not more than that. Because they will have backups. They already have backup, storing the information for years. And this is just a replication task. Again, replication is not backup. We need to understand that point. Replication is not backup. One more thing, if somebody is asking they want a file recovery or something. File recovery from where? For example, if they were saying something, for example, an Excel file or something, if they want to recover, you're asking me, we don't need to recover the whole VM, isn't it? It's only the file. You can recover only the file. Then how does that work? Because we weaken the restore point only for the whole VM, isn't it? You're talking about the general backups which we are doing, or are you talking about the replication? Replication. Just talking about replication. No replication. For example, if I want to recover a file, that will an Excel file or some important Excel file or something, just a file recovery, rather than I don't need the whole VM. Is it possible? It is possible. And if you ask me how it is possible, then I will explain you. Your question was correct. This is my VM. This is my V. One moment. This is my VR. Correct. What VBR does is, it will create a complete snapshot. Or snapshot. Now, your question was if Veeam is creating a complete snapshot. How can I restore a single file? What Veeam does is it will use something called as indexing. And indexing is done by Veeam agent from the proxy. Because I told you that proxy server will use Veeam agent. It does indexing in the background. With the help of indexing, you would be able to recover file, or you would be able to recover single folder. Even if indexing is not done. Let's say you're not doing indexing in the backup job. Still, what Veeam does is, how the backup happens is, it will create a snapshot. It will back up C drive completely, D drive completely, E drive. It will create images of C. This will be an image. This will be the image. This will be an image. This will be an image. These are all image. Let's say from C drive, I want to restore an .xl file. What Veeam does is, if you're not doing indexing, Veeam will mount this C drive. It will create a mount point M. OU, and it will mount this on a proxy server. Once it gets mounted, you would be able to browse that C drive and select the file and do it. How it is possible? It is possible with the help of indexing, and it is possible with the help of mount service. You need not recover the complete VM if it is a requirement to restore just a single file. You got it. Now let's find out where exactly we see those indexing options. This is my backup job. And I'll just click on Edit. Here, this is just the retention. I'll go to Advanced. These are the backup modes. Maintenance. This is nothing. We'll ignore it. Storage. That's fine. Notifications. vSphere enable. We'll leave that. And enable application. Enable guest file system indexing. This option. You see this? What does it say? It says creates catalog of guest files to enable browsing, searching, and one-click restore of individual files. Indexing is optional, which I mentioned that. If you're not doing that, you can mount. Indexing is optional and is not required to perform instant file recoveries. Customize advanced guest files indexing options. Let's click on indexing. And here it is asking us which VM you want to create indexing. You can select individual, you can select the vmins. You can remove it. Windows indexing Linux. I'll select Windows. You also have an option to filter. We will just leave it. Will not get deep into it. This will use a proxy. We'll select automatic selection. And remember one thing. One thing is very important. In order for the file this indexing works, you need to provide the credentials. And this credential should have admin rights. I'm not doing it now, but you can play around. You can enable indexing and you can do a file restore. Single file restore. You can disable indexing and you can do a file restore. Check the behavior, what it is happening in the background. Do you usually get tickets for file recovery? That's only for the stores. You know, we have data service on-prem. We haven't. We are not completely migrated to cloud. We are in the process of migrating everything to SharePoint at the moment. We have some the shared folders for users. I need to check. The service may be set it up like this way. Because if it is application-aware processing, that's different, isn't it? If we choose that, do we still may be able to do that? Or which? You know the settings. You showed me the where we using the indexing bit. We have two options as a guest indexing and application aware. Correct. I'll show you. Normally I see the application aware one. I need to. That's the next page, this one. If we choose that one, we won't be able to do that. Is that it means like we won't be able to do what? The particular file to be recovered or no, that is wrong. That is completely wrong. This is different. This both are completely different. This is a different feature. This is a different feature. Application-aware processing is something we use for servers which have databases like Exchange database or Active Directory or SharePoint. These are the applications or databases for those servers. It is mandatory that you select this box. If you're not doing it, then when you recover your server, your database application, your Exchange database, may not be in a consistent state. It will be in a dirty state. When I call it as a dirty state, it means you won't be able to access some of the mailboxes or some of the users would be missing. That is called as dirty state. For any server which has an application database Oracle, you have to select this box. You see SharePoint. This has queued. I have selected this. This is file. It will do the application. It will also do the indexing at the same time. It will do both at the same time. But remember one thing. When it is an application, for example, it's a complete database. You may have knowledge on Exchange database. Exchange database would be huge. Let's say if a customer wants to recover a single mailbox. Let's say your mailbox, it's Haritha, and accidentally they delete it. And they want to recover all your inbox, your messages, emails. They will have an option to recover at object level. That is something you will be covering in a future classes. That is where all this application-aware processing will come into picture. Are you clear about application, aware and guest file? Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.